Then there's T's loud ass. Like, she is just like, okay, some of the shit funny. That she, no, I'm not gonna lie, some of the shit that she be saying is so funny, but the voice be killing me sometimes. Like, I need to get used to it.
You do.
Because when you look at her, you don't expect that voice to come out.
Yeah.
You don't expect that. Y'all be fighting for real. Y'all be fighting for real. Like, you don't expect that. It's so...
No, the worst was when they was fighting Scotty and Anna. She's like, ah. I'm like, just like, why?
It's the kind of beat to go. It's the kind of beat to go. It's the kind of beat to go. Rock, top, top.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is my lovely co-host,
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again with another episode. And Jessie has some announcements that she wants to make for y'all today.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. The internet is trying to cancel us.
Mm-hmm. Accordingly, I mean, I don't know. What is that word they say? Quote unquote.
I don't know.
Allegedly. There you go. They're allegedly trying to cancel us, but I mean, I guess whatever cancellation or cancel culture means.
We're just kidding.
Right.
Well, this episode is going to be light because I feel like the last couple of episodes, we really dug deep.
Yeah, we dug deep.
You were crying.
Yeah, definitely crying. Almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Definitely crying.
It was heavy.
Definitely came for some people.
Yeah, so.
Well, I wouldn't even call it came for them or coming for them. Just spoke the truth.
Yeah, we just,
just spoke the truth.
We didn't know it was going to get there, and it got there. So we wanted to keep this episode a little lighter and kind of catch you guys up on everything that's been going on, because a lot has been going on.
Yeah, a lot is going on. People talking shit online.
Yo, it's crazy because we're so new, right?
Very new.
We're so new to this, and it's like, this is the first episode we can actually talk about what it's like ever since we've kind of like aired out the podcast, etc.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. If it's not people mad that we talked about B. Simone, it's someone mad that we spoke about how we felt about Rolly. It's always something. It's always something. So
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's just get into it. So one of the things that sparked our attention was the fact that DJ Sky had reposted one of our videos, one of our short social media clips, basically talking about how Ahna Mac had us bored in Baltimore when the Baddies showed up and performed, right? That's what we gotta talk about. This is a part of the fucking recap. I'm not gonna fucking hold you. Anna, however the fuck you pronounce her name, bitch, I was bored.
Yo, the crowd was walking out.
The crowd was quiet when that bitch... This was so unexpected. I didn't expect this.
Well, first of all, we were watching A Quiet Place too.
Right.
It was like 1 a.m.
Right.
And we had literally, all right, if you guys seen The Quiet Place too, you guys know that it's a thriller. It had our emotions.
Adrenaline rush. You're on the edge every 2 seconds. It's a whole anxiety rush.
Yup, the entire time. So literally, and then the way the movie ended, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was just abrupt.
Right.
So and then as the movie ended, we didn't even have time to I didn't
have time to process anything. I'm still mad at the way it ended, yelling at the TV. Then Jessie all of a sudden goes, wait, DJ Sky posted something? DJ Sky commented on one of your videos? And I was like, wait, what?
It
then
was random.
Right.
Because all I feel is and my phone, then I see DJ Sky. I'm like, nah, what? I click that shit real quick because I'm like confused. Like, what the hell? And she comments under a post that came out. Mind you, this happened sometime. What was it?
Weeks
October?
Ago.
No. I'm saying, okay, so the post comment happened like a week ago, but the post that she commented under happened in September.
Right.
So we're like weeks So she went out her way to go find that
She
video.
went out of her way to find it, to go to the Instagram, to repost it, because I guess her and Ahna Mac were having beef at the moment. Ahna had said some stuff about her on a podcast. And
she called her a lapdog.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And said she was like clowning her and shit. So we seen this beef starting, and then all of a sudden, Tiana's clip got inserted into it.
Right. So first I saw her comment and it was something like, oh, and I DJ'd it, so you can't call me a hater. So I was like, wait, this is such an old, mind you, like she said, this is a very old clip, right?
And it had not much traction on Instagram. So it's not like, you know, it went viral.
Right. So the fact that you went out of your way to scour the Instagram, see that clip, and to repost it, like, DJ Sky, you be watching?
Right.
You be watching? Like, that was the first thing in my mind when I was like, yo, she must be tuning in or something. She must have seen something. I don't know if you be looking through your Finsta or whatever the case may be, but she reposted that. And then it was just this whole thing. And I was like, wait, now why am I in it? Like, I felt like Nene at that moment when she was like, why am I in it? See how I get thrown into stuff? I'm like, first of all, we wasn't even trying to like shade Ahna Mac or be petty or be rude. A lot of people, you know, when this clip was posted on TikTok, it was first posted on TikTok, then Instagram. Mm-hmm. And people was like, oh, trying to come for me, saying I'm talking bad about her. And it's like, no, I'm not talking bad about her. I don't know this girl from a hole in the fucking wall. Yeah. All I was saying is that, again, one, we were talking about our experience when we went to Baltimore.
Right.
And we were simply saying that we were bored. She could sing. She's a lovely singer, but I guess maybe just not a performer. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that as well, because mind you, when we recorded that, this was before Baddies came out. We didn't know who Ahna Mac was, one. And two, we were, again, recapping what we experienced. And just because you can sing doesn't mean you can perform. That doesn't mean that you're not capable of getting better.
Right.
We were literally just, you know, just telling you how we felt.
Right.
And
mind
you, they came at 3 in the morning. So it's like when you're singing something that slow at 3 in the morning and you had like back-to-back songs.
And we was waiting since 9:45.
Right. Like, I mean, come on. Like,
what do you expect? Like, come on.
You can't say it. Like, you know, what the hell? We're just being honest.
Right. And you know, people was just really being dumb, talking about, oh, that's my friend. You coming for my friend. Yeah. Like, bitch, do you know her? Is that really a friend? Or did you know of her and grew up in the same town as her, and now you see her on Baddies East, all of a sudden now she's your friend? Like, which one is it? Like,
yo, I forgot about that girl. That's
which one is it? Like, are you really her friend, or are you just trying to ride someone's coattail or some shit? Like, what the fuck?
So mind you, that girl, right, was like, oh, it was so weird because when this all went down, she was like, oh, supposedly she's a model or something like that.
I don't know what the fuck she is, but she was saying how Natalie knows me. Natalie emailed me.
She said Natalie emailed her. She didn't say Natalie knows her.
Okay, but she was alluding to the fact that Natalie knows her because she emailed her. Okay. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Then was like, oh, I could even show the email with someone else that was arguing with her in the comments, right? And I'm just like, bitch, what the fuck do you have to prove? Which one is it? Are you defending Ahna Mac, or are you trying to prove that Natalie knows you? Like, which one is it, bitch?
And my thing is like, why are you trying to get validation from us if we're nobody? Right,
bro.
According to her, we're nobody.
Yo, you know what the scenario is? It's always you a broke bitch, you a bum bitch, you a nobody. You're tearing another woman down. It's like, bitch, just because we're talking about something, that don't always mean that we tearing a bitch down. Calm the fuck down. Just because you got a pussy doesn't mean that you're exempt from being talked about, especially if you're problematic. Let's just clear the air on that. Another thing, I wasn't really, I was over it.
Yeah. But that was like the beginning of the hate train or whatever
train it is, whatever train it was.
It's crazy because you go from one day getting shit over, you know, the B Simone thing, and getting people literally coming into the comments saying, oh, you guys are spreading hate, and then also calling us dumb. Broke. And then also they broke and clowning on us, and it's
ugly,
like,
all that.
We're open. I'm open. We're open to, you know, criticism and constructive criticism. We're open to have a good conversation. We're even open to the fact that if you have a different opinion, we can agree to disagree if your point is valid. Exactly. If that's what you believe. Yo, we're not here to fight with you. we're just here to really
We're not here to fight with nobody.
Right. And it's crazy because it's like, but if you're going to say we're spreading hate while also calling us dumb and not even saying anything else that could be of value to the conversation, to me, you're a hypocrite because you're calling us haters while you're also hating on us.
Right.
Make it make sense.
It's just very interesting because one thing about us, what we do is we bring the facts to the table and then we share our opinion about the facts. These people, they don't have any facts. They don't have anything substantial to go based off of. They simply just say, you're ugly, broken, dumb. Like, what?
We don't know you.
Yeah, you're nobody. Who are they?
But you're in our comments.
Right. For those that don't know us, welcome to the Petty Headquarters.
Hello.
Yeah, Ahna Mac, Jesse Strange. You know what it is.
Get to know us. Get to know us.
Exactly.
Get to know us. You don't know us. Get to know us.
Exactly.
Cool people.
Period. So DJ Sky basically resharing one of our videos was just kind of insane.
Yeah.
I was just so confused.
Yo, we were going crazy because it's like we didn't even have a chance to like get over the movie, and then all of a sudden DJ Sky sharing us on her story, sharing us on her, like reposting our stuff. We're like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
But that led to her really tuning into
one of our episodes,
which was the Baddies East New York
recap,
which is crazy how like timing is just crazy.
I know the timing is really crazy. And also just to clarify too, a lot of people were like, oh, you guys are clout chasers because right when this happens you post something. Mind you, we record in advance, this is exactly why I always have a date in every single episode, because it's like we record way in advance and then after that we have like a date and schedule that we drop on, which is every Tuesday. Now the fact that it's aligning, that's not our fault. We wasn't expecting that.
It's crazy how that's aligning.
I was not expecting Ahna Mac to trend right after we dropped episode 4. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, we already had this pre-made. We already had this scheduled and everything to drop on this day.
Mind you, Baltimore happened in August.
Yeah.
Like, it was shot. We shot that late August.
Yeah.
And it was released, like, again, like she said, we pre-record a lot of most of this.
This is everything. A lot of work. We don't just sit on a fucking mic, bitch. Like, we have a whole studio set up, created by us. We have a whole fucking audio program that we use. We have a fucking 3 cameras, bitch. Like, we have monitors, bitch. We got lights, bitch. We got editing. Like, we edit all this shit. This shit don't just take 2 seconds to just sit here and talk shit on a fucking mic just to clear the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, people just are going to be people at the end of the day. So I guess it is what it is. But yes, going back to the whole DJ Sky thing, it was insane.
We were geeking. We were going like crazy. She watched our episode and then out of nowhere. I guess so. Originally started with, I guess we could pull up we have clips of the story.
First, it started off with her tagging us in her story, and this is the video that she had posted on her story.
It's absolutely one of my favorite brands. I'm watching this interview from the Petty Headquarters right now, and I just can't help but notice the comments about DJ Sky. But thank you for everyone who is a real one. Shout out to the Petty Headquarters. And yeah, basically, I'm about to do a face mask, little cleanse situation, but Tasha and Anastasia, Peter Thomas Roth.
So how this originally came about was that I had reposted someone's comment under our video, and I shared it on my story and I tagged DJ Sky. I mean, I didn't really expect her to repost it or do anything or check out the video. I just tagged her. And I don't expect her to do anything. Like, if I just tag you, I just want you to see it, but you don't even have to see it. It doesn't matter. So this person commented, I know people don't like DJ Sky that much, but at the same time, she's the one out here making memories with the actual fans of the show. It's a job for all of them, but it seems she actually gives a fuck about showing the people who support them a good time. So that was something that I had posted and shared on my story and tagged DJ Sky, and that she ended up reposting on her story. And
then that's when, not too long, like I would say, we watched a movie, life went on.
Life went on,
And then later on that night, she posted the story, which was the Petty Headquarters. And I guess that's what brought her to our YouTube channel. And she watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
She must have.
She must have watched the whole thing because the part about her was like towards the end of the video. So then she took it upon herself to take it a step even further, which is crazy because like I said, I was not expecting none of this shit. Like, I don't expect nothing from nobody. So that's just that. She went on to post clips of our podcast, posted clips of those like videos onto her page, like not her story.
3 or 4 slides.
3-4 slides, right, of us talking basically that part about her where we're like, how, you know, she doesn't get enough respect, blah, 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 blah. And she had this lengthy like, what's the word? Wholesome.
Heartfelt.
Thank you. That's the word. She had this wholesome, heartfelt comment caption. And basically she said, this interview was really special to me and made me think because it showed representation of the people, media, and my supporters meeting me and creating their own opinions instead of a narrative based off of someone else's opinions and thoughts. In 2023, it's so important and rare with social media for women and men to create their own thoughts. Thank you to these 2 amazing baddies at the Petty Headquarters for being real, being funny, and fun. And most importantly, not knowing me, but after meeting me, creating your own positive opinion. Then she tagged us, Jessie Strange and Randomania 1. I love this for me, for us. I continue to strive and stand strong for females in male-dominated industries and spaces who are professionals and also really know how to do their job and also have an amazing time and look so good doing it. So I was just like, what the fuck? Then she also invited the Petty Headquarters Instagram as a collaborator, which was already insane.
Yo, when I tell you, I saw, first of all, the story shout out enough for me was just like shocking. And then all of a sudden we get all this and DJ Sky invites you as a collaborator. I'm like,
right.
First of all, this is what I'm talking about. When I tell you real, recognize real, when I tell you that energy don't lie, she didn't have to do any of that. She could have really fucked with our shit and just watched. Like, exactly. She didn't have to do any of that.
She did not have to post or invite us as a collaborator.
Right. And she did that on her own. And like I said, it's so grateful for one. Extremely grateful. Because it's like we have stories of like, for example, should I talk about it? Hollywood Unlocked? So there are Instagrams out there such as Hollywood Unlocked that will open up their platform to
help like, you know, young creatives and stuff like that.
Right. But they charge you. And when we hit up Hollywood Unlocked to promote the Sims fight, they said $6,000
for like a story post, like $3,000 for like a story post, and then $6,000 if you wanted it like on their page.
I was like,
yeah, no. I mean, the thing is, I never wanted to do that. But then Jessie was like, yo, you should hit them up and see how much they charge. Because that's right. You see how it's always you.
It's always me.
And I'll be like, nah. But I was like, you know what? All right, it doesn't hurt to hit them up and see how much it is. And then, you know, someone finally reached out to me through email and then told me, yeah, this is our price list. And yeah, $3,000 for a story.
And they're not the only ones that do that.
No,
there's a bunch of big people who do that.
Yeah, big blogs and platforms that definitely do that.
And I just feel like for DJ Sky to have done that for us, especially when we look, if you go on our Instagram, it's new. We barely posted on it. So she did that. And I think it shows a lot about her character and she's super dope. I can't get enough. And it's just like, it's cool also because in her caption, she says, you know, I stand for women in a male dominated industry. And you know, I work in a male-dominated industry, and I 100% love that message, stand for that message too in my field of work, and you know, so I really do. And this goes back to everything I said. I fuck with DJ Sky.
Period.
Like the coolest one there, the most down to earth, and it's cool because like a couple of people had wrote like, you know, Zeus Network edits her to be like unprofessional, corny. You know, she was hired to be Krishan's babysitter. Right. So it's like, you know, one of her friends has said, you know, you really can't blame people for thinking this way when that's how Zeus Network edited her. And I'm like, you know what? It's a great point.
Right.
But that's what we're here for. We're here to and that's why I think she also appreciated our perspective because we didn't just, because there were a lot of people
dogging her
in person, literally like, oh, she's just a DJ. We don't even care about her. Why is she here? While they're recording her, while they're fucking screaming for her. Yeah. And it's like, you guys are fake as fuck. Like, you don't even know why you don't like her. Right. That's my thing. It's like, you don't even know. Like, when you really get to see her in person, she's mad cool. So it was like, what the fuck? Y'all weird.
Even the energy, like, even if you don't talk to her as much, there's an energy.
Yeah, energy don't lie. I say that all the time. Right. Energy don't lie. Real recognize real. That's all I'm going to say on that. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I just think it was still crazy how we really ended up in that Ahna Mac, DJ Sky beef. I was like, nah, DJ Sky using our video. Like, and my loud ass is hella loud as soon as you look at the video. Like, oh my God.
That shit funny.
Yeah. But anywho, we do have a special segment coming up because, again, going back to the Baddies Baltimore video, after that had surfaced, someone that was actually there that actually got into a fight that night had reached out to us because the video had gotten back to them. And so basically they said, man, I really do enjoy my city when it comes to the night, but something that night for Baddies, something told me not to go into Iconic Live right after DJ Sky and Biggie came out. I ended up being the first fight of the night, and I was so upset because I didn't even go for all of that. And really and truly wanted to see the Baddies, but people be so miserable. Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we had this person called.
Yeah. So
call into the Petty Hotline.
Yeah, we had tune into the Petty Hotline and basically share experience with us and how that whole thing escalated and started to begin with. Yeah. So, yeah.
So I arrived at the Baddies East, Baltimore edition, by myself, and I was supposed to meet somebody there. They ended up not coming, but I was enjoying my time up until when Biggie came out and, you know, the crowd started pushing and shoving a little bit more and things like that. So I had texted my friend, like, where you at? You know, the crowd is kind of getting rough in here. You know, I'm here by myself. And she was like, yeah, I'm on my way, blase blah. And I turn around to scan the crowd. I noticed these 3 girls behind me, you know, whispering and giving me the side eye and all this other stuff. So I didn't pay it no mind. I really don't give a fuck. Hating bitches always gonna be hating bitches. Miserable bitches at that. And probably like 15 minutes go by and I decided to turn around again to see if I noticed my homegirl because maybe she forgot to text me that she was here and things like that. And the girl goes, who the fuck are you looking at? I'm like, I'm not looking at you. Then she starts getting all like riled up, starts popping off at the mouth, starts throwing her hands up, and she just decides to push me into the VIP that was behind me. And I think it was the boys VIP that had just performed on the stage. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this bitch really just pushed me. And we just ended up fighting, tussling. And when we was on the ground, security was trying to pull us apart. Security couldn't even pull us apart. It took a random guy at that, pulled me up, and I had let go. And once I had let go, I was not even worried about the bitch. Wasn't worried about anybody else. I remember me screaming, for what, all these cameras in my face. And I'm looking for my bag at this point. My bag's on the floor. I go to reach for my bag, and I go to yank it from the girl. It was tied up in her hair, all in a knot, and I just kept having to yank that bitch until it came out of her hair. So once that happened, security decides to lead me out, and I'm like, okay, cool. But then I remember I had taken my shoes off. I was like, can I please go get my shoes? He was like, nah, keep walking that way, da-da. So he ended up picking me up, and like, I literally could not fucking breathe. And once we got outside, the girl was standing at the end of the block. They was trying to get me to go that way so that we could fight again. And me being me, once I fight once, I'm not fighting again. Like, there's no point in even fighting again, especially when you paid your money to see a group of baddies do their big one, and then you get thrown out literally right before they came in. Like, what type of shit is that? And I basically walked away from that night being like I just should have listened to my instinct the first time when it was telling me to go the fuck home. And there was also a point in the night where there was these two white girls that were standing next to me, and then there was two girls that I was talking to and kikiing with. Whoever that was standing behind the two girls that I was kikiing with, they wanted me to push the two white girls over so that they could get where we was at, right in front of the barricade. And I wasn't going to do that. Like I said, I didn't come there for that. I didn't come there to be mean to people and this, that, and the third. I came there to see these girls do their big ones and then everybody go home safe and sound.
Yo, that's my favorite part is the part with the bag. Cause like, what are the odds that the fucking person you're fighting
the bag gets stuck in the hair? Like, I would have yanked that shit too. Like, bitch, give me my fucking bag. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not leaving without my fucking bag if it's stuck in your damn hair. Like,
yo,
the fuck?
that is so funny. So yeah, that's crazy. So
that is definitely crazy. I mean, it's crazy to hear their perspective because this is why we moved away from the front and the middle.
Yo, and we talk about it.
This is exactly why. And I think we had moved away way before, they had gotten into that situation because we saw it about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it. Like, I even know exactly the moment that they're talking about.
Yeah,
with,
we seen
exactly
everything.
The whole
like
situation. The
situation.
two white girls in the front,
Yep.
we were there. Like, this other girl that was trying to like be aggressive and move through, we were there, and we definitely moved away from that. I was like, yo, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was when we left, and I guess then that whole situation happened, and then they ended up getting into that whole altercation and got thrown out. So
and we actually got footage that we weren't able to capture, but someone else captured.
Yeah,
that got a closer look at what happened that night.
Right. So this is also in the Baltimore vlog that we had posted. So if you guys want to see everything about the whole Baltimore experience, you can go look at the vlog. But yes, we will show the clip here for you guys that are watching. So yes, that was clearly the footage of them yanking that damn bag out of that bitch's hair. And that was just a whole crazy scenario.
And I feel bad for the person because honestly, we understand the energy that they're talking about because there was a girl that was trying to literally
be super aggressive. And that was kind of the energy in Baltimore. Like, don't get me wrong, the turn up is lit.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to New York's turn up when the baddies came to New York, we were talking about it. The New York one felt like, oh, we're from New York, we're a vibe. It just felt very like, united. Community, right? Because we all from New York. We want to show you a good time. Like, this is how we turn up. Like, it just felt different. When we went to Baltimore, they weren't really like, I wouldn't say friendly. I mean, some people were friendly, but some people definitely had attitude.
They just
didn't stuck up.
Yeah, they just weren't here to like really make friends. It's not the same.
It's not even like you don't need to be there to make friends, but you could be a friendly person. And they definitely, some people were not friendly, welcoming, or approachable.
A lot of people were, and it just felt like
But the people that we did meet, they were cool.
Yeah, but we didn't meet many because even the people that we were in line with, only like the front part was nice because the back part, they weren't. We were trying to engage and they just were not with it. They just weren't.
And the thing is, it's not even like we spoke to them first. They spoke to us first about something,
right?
And then after that, we were like, oh, okay, like we can just have like casual conversation, like how we were having conversation with the girls in the front of us on the line outside. But then they were just like weird, and we're just like. on their phone.
Right.
And of course, when we went inside, I also saw that they were in a VIP section. So, I mean, I guess, and everybody that they were with had an attitude anyway. So I guess they just all had stuck up and thought that their shit didn't stink because they was in VIP. I don't fucking know what the case is.
But there was a lot more aggression in Baltimore as opposed to New York. And New York was crazier, in my opinion.
New York was crazy, but it was fun. Like, it was like we all outside and we're vibing. There were people playing music outside. Everybody was just turning
dancing,
up. Yeah, like
singing.
It felt more like, again, like I said, unity, united, community type shit.
Right.
Whereas in Baltimore, it felt like
everybody fending for themselves. That's how it felt.
It felt like, again, we was in the trenches and bitches was just trying to fight for their life. All my life, I had to fight. That was the energy in Baltimore for sure. Like, it was like all my life, I had to fight energy. Whereas in New York, we looking cute. We having a good time and that's it. But if we got to fight, we got to fight. But that wasn't the energy. The energy was just chill.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy to hear from their perspective, first of all, because that's funny. The bag thing. I just can't get over that. And I understand.
You really cannot get over that. You really cannot. Like,
nah, I can't. But it's true though, because honestly, looking back, I remember feeling it that night too. Because when at some point you left. There were a couple of times where Tiana left me alone in the front because she wanted to catch the baddies coming out the bus.
Yeah, that's when we didn't know any better back then. Right. We thought it was the bus. Now we know it's just a damn sprinter. Like,
right. And there were a couple of times I would look back to find her, and I would make eye contact with some bitches, and they were just looking at me crazy. No, they were, but I didn't. Again, I'm in a city I don't know, so I just pretend I play stupid. I'm not trying.
And
to have no
exactly
problems.
what happened to that person.
That's what I'm saying. I get it.
They look back thinking it's their friend, and then all of a sudden it's some random bitch talking about what you looking at. Like,
that's exactly. And so that's
that
what
was
I'm saying.
The energy.
I relate to that.
Like, you can't even look at nobody in Baltimore. Like, you can't even look at them.
Yep. And I get it completely. And again, I didn't bring it up or anything because I wasn't, again, when you're in places like that, you show no, well, first of all, I was not afraid, but you show no fear and you don't give into the bullshit because at the end of the day, you don't know me. I'm not engaging. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just going to mind my own business and keep it a buck. But like, I understand how that could have transpired like that because I felt that same way and got the same looks when I look back looking for you.
Yeah, so I mean, what are your thoughts on that story? Like,
I feel bad. You know why? Because I feel like bitches was picking on the person because of, I feel like they're involved in the LGBTQ the same way that, some girls were looking at me the same way. And I feel like you don't gotta like.
But there was mad people that's in the community that was there in Baltimore.
But again, it just seemed like wrong person looked at, made eye contact with the wrong person. Because yes, there were, but I also felt that energy looking back, so I can understand. And it just seemed like bitches wanted to pick a fight. Yeah, especially hearing it, hearing like. The voice note, it was just like you can tell the bitches wanted to pick a fight because, I mean, not for nothing. If we would have engaged in a lot of the things that happened that night, it would have been a fight. Right. It would have been a fight. So I get it. And it just sucks because, again, you pay your hard-earned money for, to go see the baddies, and then you don't even get to see the baddies.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And then they did come hella late, and they got kicked out early in the beginning. Yeah. So it's definitely fucked up. And I'm glad that you mentioned that point too, because I can see that being a thing. I can really see that being a thing. That is really what it was.
I mean, let's keep it a buck. Like, I mean, for real.
Right.
There was no reason.
So how come you never told me that before? Why you not be telling me this shit?
I mean, because I didn't want what part? The looking back part?
Yeah. Or you felt like, bitches was looking at you like sideways because you gay or some shit.
Right. Because it's like, to me, I don't entertain that energy. It wasn't enough. Like, for me, I feel like even if I brought it up, it would be me, like, I don't know, engaging in that idea. And I'm not trying to even, like, focus on that because I'm here to work. Yeah. So it's like, I wasn't here. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the place. I ain't trying to, even if it was the case, I was literally like a horse. Like I was focused on what I came here to do. I
Tunnel
ain't trying to fight. Yeah, I ain't trying to fight. I ain't trying to do none of that.
Yeah.
So, but yes, there were a couple, especially when you left me alone. There were a couple of bitches that was looking at me crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's the truth. So I get it, and that's why that story doesn't surprise me. Yeah. It doesn't, because again, I saw those looks too. I saw those.
Yeah, I mean, the story is just like crazy, but
what about
I don't
you?
know.
What are
I
your
feel
thoughts
like
on
people come to okay, so my thoughts on this whole thing is I feel like people come to a Baddies event. Okay, we get it. It's Baddies. You're going to attract a certain crowd, right? Plus it's Baltimore, okay? However, in Baltimore, it really just felt like everybody, it didn't feel like Sacramento on the ending of Baddies West. It wasn't that dark. But, you know, Baltimore did come with a little bit of energy where it was like, bitch, I'll fight whoever, whenever, you know? But it was still turn up. It was still fun. But it definitely had more of an aggressive energy for sure.
That's a good way to put
like,
it.
Like, I don't fuck with you energy because I don't fucking know you. Like, you know bitches that are just mean like that?
Yeah.
Like, they don't know you, so they don't want to talk to you. And you got to do extra work just to get them to warm up to you so they could actually be nice, you know? Yeah, that was the energy there.
100%.
So I'm not surprised that happened there. There was, now that, you know, I think about it, there was 2 fights. I thought it was only 1 fight.
No,
but
there was
now
2.
There was 2 fights that night. And it's just crazy. And you know,
and look who the other person.
Exactly.
Look who the other person.
That's what I was just about to say.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was just about to say.
The other person that got into another fight, one of them was a lesbian.
Right.
You telling me it's not a coincidence? Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it is a coincidence or not, but it's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched.
I felt the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there were people in LGBTQ that were there, but again, it was just like, you look at the wrong bitch that don't fuck with you, you in for, she gonna look at you like, what's up? And then I'm telling you, I got those looks. And
those were the people that were in the very front. You know, that same girl that had gotten to that second fight, she was the one in the front that was doing all this extra shit that you were saying before. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how that started. I just saw that there was a fight. The crowd was like clearing. Like, I don't fucking know.
Both of those girls were aggressive anyways.
Yeah.
Because the one, I'm assuming she's a lesbian. She looked, has my look, short hair and everything. But she was dancing, she was getting crazy, being very aggressive. But her reasoning for it was to create space because people were pushing forward. And she was literally in front of the gate. And I can tell because she was telling the girl next to me that that's the reason why. She was like, they're squishing us. She goes, don't worry. And then starts doing that dance thing. And then that's how she created space for them too. And then there was the other girl who was literally being a bitch and was like aggressively trying to get in the way, and I had to elbow her a couple of times and like stick my ground because she was trying to separate me and Tiana from each other, and it was weird. It was very aggressive. So to me, it was no surprise that them two got into a fight. Right. But again, is it a coincidence? I don't know. But I mean,
then there's liquor involved, and you already know Baddies event and liquor just don't mix. So again, I'm just not surprised at all.
But I'm sorry that happened to you. And I do hope that you get to see the Baddies at some point, again, where it's not some bullshit. Come to New York.
Right.
New York is always nice and chill.
It's annoying though, because like, again, I hate that happened to them as well. But then it's like, when are they going to get to see the Baddies again? You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because this was East Coast, you
true.
know? So now where are they going? North? The next one they go Baddies North,
Canada.
So I just like, when are you gonna get to see the Baddies again? Unless you were down for the drive or a flight or something. But
yeah, it sucks.
It's fucked up.
It is.
It's fucked up.
But I'm grateful. Thank you for calling into the Petty Hotline and sharing your story. It's nice to get a new perspective that we didn't get to see, and I feel for you, and hopefully you get get to do your big one day.
Not your big one.
I don't know,
Yeah, definitely. But speaking of the whole Baddies East Baltimore thing, we want to talk about this whole. We want to share our thoughts on the episodes of Baddies East that have come out so far.
Yeah.
So how many episodes have been out so far? 2?
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
3.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
3.
Okay, so there's only 3 episodes. Today's date is October 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So the next Sunday one, I hope we get to see Tasiki and Krishan's friend. Her name is Marsh fight, and I'm excited to see how that goes. But yes, we are going to talk about our recaps for Baddies East.
Mm-hmm.
So far, Baddies East has been taking us on a ride. I feel like every episode is just, I'm on edge and then I'm drained after. I'm like, damn, that episode took a lot out of me. And the episodes could be like 40 minutes and I still feel fucking drained.
Yeah.
So we're just going to take it from the beginning. Ahna Mac to Scotty. Like, what the fuck?
Let's take it from the very beginning. What is
Yeah.
that intro? What is that intro? I don't care, bro. And listen. That is the laziest intro. Someone said it looked like CapCut.
That shit look like iMovie, bitch. That intro is so tasteless. It's so lazy. It's just pictures, like a slideshow. You gave us an up and down slideshow. Like, really?
And it's like not even fast. Like you have like mad seconds on each character.
And you got mad
each person.
bitches in the intro. Like,
my thing is, you could tell when the show starts throughout the couple episodes that the reason why, well, this is my take on it.
Right,
the reason why you didn't get one is because of all the fighting that went on. They kind of wasted too much time.
Right.
But still, y'all could have done something better, or at least made the pictures like a lot shorter. I don't need 3 different poses for each girl that has,
especially since it's like 15 girls.
Right, that's the part where I'm saying like, and I also mentioned this. It's also kind of like it works in their favor if they do pictures, because then it's like, you know, a lot of girls that you started with the show leave. So you can actually, it's easy to edit them out, right? Like when it's pictures. I
guess, but why would you even want to go through all? I mean, well, they did that with Bad Boys where they took William the Baddest out the intro. So maybe.
Speaking of William the Baddest, he was in the comments on the DJ Sky.
He was in the comments on the DJ Sky post. That was funny.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that intro is so tacky. I saw it and we both looked at each other like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
It was just so what? And then some people were like, I like the intro. Well, I mean, like, well, then I guess it just, okay, Zoo's supposed to be going up. Where's the budget at for the intro?
Yeah, I like, usually my favorite is
Baddies
the
West
intro.
is the best intro so far.
It's nice.
South and West is actually decent.
It's nice to see the girls, you know, doing their like B-roll, slow-mo, and seeing their outfits.
Yeah.
It's nice. So to see the picture thing, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's so boring. The intro, it's flat. That's another thing I was going to say. It's very flat. It's not 3-dimensional at all. It's so just, it's pale, it's tacky. It's
how
tasteless.
is the Baddies East thingy at the end of the intro
Yeah,
more
the
dimensional?
Best part. That is the best part.
That has more dimension than the intro.
I know. Like, I'm just like, the fur and shit, that's cute. But this intro, I don't know what the fuck that intro is, because it's not hitting.
And they didn't add DJ Sky to that intro, which is shady.
That's right.
Shady.
That's right. And she felt some type of way about that.
Shady.
She did. I wonder if she spoke to anyone about that, because Natalie did say on one of the episodes that she's just the DJ. So I don't know.
I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's weird because then in real life on their stories and stuff, they hang out. So, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not even going to touch on that, because at the end of the day, social media is not that real. So I don't know nothing. Right. I don't know shit.
But the way on the show, we talking specifically about the show, not cool. I think she should, especially because she's here for a second season, should have definitely had her at least an intro. Jeez.
Okay. So let's talk about that whole Ahna Mac, Scotty fight, because 2 fights happened on that first episode. It was Ahna Mac, Scotty, it was Natalie, Smiley and Mariah Lynn, then it was Natalie and Camila, which you saw within the second episode.
Yeah.
So my thing with the first episode is Ahna and Scotty, that was a great fight. I enjoyed that. Y'all went like 5 rounds. That shit was insane. I don't really know what else to say about that.
I do. You made a Sims version of that, and it ended up on T's fucking Instagram. I mean, story.
Yeah, that's right. It was, and Ahna Mac reposted it too, which is really funny.
Ahna Mac reposted this shit is mad funny. So
I know
that. I mean, look, Scotty, it's sad because it's like you really showed that you were, you know, you held your own last season,
right?
And then it sucks because the last thing we remember from last season was that Natalie yelled at you and made you look bad. And then you come on this season, you coming in hot, talking about, oh, if you're gonna talk shit, da 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 da. You picked the fight.
She came in hot.
You picked the fight, and then
she came in hot.
You didn't do anything.
Not for nothing. I don't know why. I feel like Scotty was thinking too much in this fight. Like, not for nothing. It looked like she was thinking too much. Like, oh, when she walk in, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do my big one. Like, just go and hit the bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just fight.
She let her emotions.
She
definitely
did.
Get the best of her.
Because you know what? When you can see the difference when she fought Razor as opposed to when she fought Anna. When she fought Razor, she was over talking. She was done. She wasn't thinking no more. She was just like, bitch, let's go. Because all this stuff, you accusing me of some shit I never did, and I'm apologizing, and it's still going on. Let's go. This one, it just seemed forced. Seemed like, all right, I'm gonna just do my big one. I'm gonna go and do what I need to do. That's what it felt like to me.
And this was my first time seeing who Ahna Mac was, so it was like really funny. She's funny.
Yo, that's one thing I'm gonna say. Even though we was bored in Baltimore, bitch, you had us cackling on the first episode. You had us cackling. You was like, "Hey, you're so ugly. Why I look like arguing with an ugly bitch?" Like, I was weak. Yo, she was mad funny. That's one thing I'm gonna say.
Mouth on her,
bro. A mouth. It is so funny.
She don't stop.
It's so
and
funny,
she just keep going. And that's why I'm like, yo, I didn't expect to like her. I let the Baltimore experience kind of like leave that imprint, I guess, or whatever.
Clouded your judgment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I let that cloud my judgment, and I was so surprised. I'm like, yo, this girl is little and funny, and she held her own each and every fucking time.
She really did. And then she had an asthma attack, and I was like, damn, bitch, you gotta stop. You have asthma coming on the show. You can't be fighting. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta chill.
The asthma pump at the end was weak.
Yeah,
like,
she was
poor
just
girl.
like, I got asthma. Like, I can't. Like, I'm done. Like,
and that was kind of fucked up because it's like, all right, Scotty, you kept going. You didn't have to do that. You just kept going.
She kept going because she was embarrassed.
Losing. Exactly.
But then the wig was lifting, and I was like, damn, that was a nice bob too. And
it's kind of fucked up because at the end of the day, you lose. Take your L. This isn't boxing, okay? This is like baddies, and then it's like the girl got fucking asthma, bro. Like,
yo, she didn't care. She was like, you embarrassed me. She said, I'm not about to look bad. I'm not gonna go out. But
you look bad anyway.
What did she say? She said, oh, you're not gonna tarnish my name, is what she said.
She tarnished her own name.
But
you picking on a smaller girl, and then you didn't even do anything.
I'm not gonna hold you. That was like a little tasteless. But I feel like maybe Natalie told her to do that. Like, just do your big one, and that's it. I honestly, truly believe that Natalie and her had a conversation, and they really said, all right, we go and do this, because she was already talking shit. And like, honestly, what Anna said wasn't that deep for you to really go and fight her.
She's just annoying. She's
a
troll.
Yeah, like, I just feel like Anna's just that. Like, what she said wasn't even that deep for her to really go and fight her. Like, you could say what you gotta say, but fight her? Like, you really gotta be, I don't know. But then again, it is baddies, so...
I don't know, but
Smiley and Mariah Lynn. Smiley, first of all, you came in there looking like fucking Young Thug with that fucking hoodie on. Like, bitch, why you come in here looking like...
Yo, her eyes were like...
Bro, she looked crazy. She looked like a dog. Like, you know when a dog is ready to, like, for blood? When their eyes are dilated? Like, she looked... That's what she looked like. She looked like a pit bull when she walked in there with her hoodie on and all that. And I'm like expecting a lot from you because you walking in hoodied up and all that. You ready to square up, and all you did was pull her wig off?
Bro.
All you did was pull the wig off? I'm expecting to see bop, 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 like throwing hands with you. And all you did was pull Mariah Lynn's wig off.
And she was wilding with them shots.
Yo, she was taking mad shots down in them shits back to back to back to back. Talking about, I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot. Y'all want a shot? Y'all want a shot? I need a shot. Like, don't you have health issues?
Yo, I don't know, bro. That shit was crazy, though.
That was crazy. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. And then her in the confessional, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was mad funny. Her wearing Mariah Lynn's chain in the confessionals is jokes. It's jokes. It's funny. I gotta say that's funny,
bro.
That's petty.
It was so petty. It's like Jonathan wearing that guy's
the hair.
Is his name Rio?
Rio, yeah.
Whatever. That's the same shit as Jonathan wearing that guy's braids under the hat and even made his own hat with braids to sell. Like, you know how petty you have to be to do something like that?
It's genius.
That's a different level of petty that I don't think I will ever see. That's
I would love to be that petty.
Yeah, you are that petty.
I am that
You
petty.
are that petty.
I'm 100%
like
that
me,
petty.
I'm like, it's not even that deep. You fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm about to do this, that, and a third.
I'm gonna make a bank off that shit.
Yeah, like you do a lot. Like it's crazy to me. But yes, for her to really show up and just only pull a wig off was wild. I mean, I feel like Mariah, she def lost, but she held her own. I feel like she held her own in her confidence.
She survived. She survived.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, she
survived. You're right, because she didn't really. She tried to hit back, but they wasn't landing no hits. They would, it wasn't landing. So I
survived,
guess.
yeah. And she's tiny, so it's like,
yeah, I know.
And I feel bad because, like, I felt bad for her. I ain't gonna lie. I like a little bit.
But then that's the same thing, like what you said with Scotty picking on Anna. It's like, Smiley, why are you going after Mariah Lynn when your real beef is with Mariah Lynn's sister?
Yo, speaking of that, someone said the fans, there was like a little talk within the community saying that, do you think that Mariah Lynn took her sister's like opportunity, because Mariah Lynn's been on reality TV before, and instead of
Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, and then her sister auditioned too, and then she didn't get the ticket, but Mariah Lynn did. It's like, why didn't
I'm surprised they both didn't get a ticket. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Like, I already knew as soon as I saw Mariah Lynn there, she was gonna be on it.
Yeah,
because you know what they do. But I was surprised that her sister also wasn't on there. But we do know that her sister does make an appearance, because remember when they went to the club in Queens when they was in New York and we didn't go, and that's when that fight broke out between Mariah Lynn's sister and Smiley at the club.
I can't wait to see that. I was so mad we didn't go to that.
I know, we didn't go to the one in Queens.
I was so mad.
We were too tired. We did too much that day. That was too much. Anywho, you see how you just be doing the most?
Yeah, but because I want to be down with the mess.
You too much. You just be too much. Anywho, like I was saying, so I'm sure Mariah Lynn's sister makes an appearance when they are at that club in Queens. But yeah, it's unfortunate that she didn't make the cut to be on the show. That would have been cool, because she was landing way more punches on Smiley.
Yeah, that's what they say, that she can fight.
Way more punches on Smiley. Mariah, your punches didn't land, and that's fine. But Smiley, you really came up in there hooded up like you was gonna do some big shit, and you just pulled the wig off.
Smiley, I don't even know how to feel about her. Like, I still haven't developed an opinion yet, but she scared me low key. Like, I can't really tell, because it just like,
it's because she looked like a pit bull.
No, it's not even that. Yo, what the fuck? I got nothing to do with her looks, yo. It's just
the eyes.
It's the eyes, definitely the eyes, but also it's like. She look
like a shark.
Yeah, she does look like a shark.
That's what it is. She look like a shark. It's the eyes that look like a shark.
But it's also like, I can't tell with her. I can't tell who she really is, because they portray you on the show as if you're the fan, the stalker, the one who got Natalie's tattoo.
Name tatted, yep.
Right. But then we find out later that it was just a henna. But then Natalie's like, but it was literally my autograph, my signature. How'd you get? I don't know. And then I can't really.
And Natalie even went live and said that that was a lie. All that stuff that Smiley had said to her, that was the first lie she caught her in.
You see, I can't tell whether who Smiley is. Like, I feel like she's coming onto the show with a character, and then her real personality mingles in between. Yeah. And that's why I feel like I'm really confused. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about her.
It's not far-fetched though, because people come on TV with a character all the time because they want to know to differentiate between them on TV as opposed to them personally.
I don't know how to feel about her though, but I guess we'll find out
Is that why she scares you, or is it just the shark eyes?
No. She scares me because I don't know who she is, and I don't know what she's capable of, and I feel like she can be capable when someone doesn't, like, to me, in my opinion, is if you're willing to do anything for your time here on the show, I don't know what you're really capable of, or who you stand by, or what you stand by, et cetera, et cetera. And I feel like those people are the scariest, because they can betray you. They can, do anything. They'll do anything. So I don't know, man. And then to find out all these things that happened to her, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Smiley, she's weird so far. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
But
we'll find out.
I want to see how this character that she's portraying online develops, because Natalie did say that she did catch her in some lies. So we will see. Moving on to the next big one that occurred, which was Natalie and Camila. That definitely was a staged fight. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You guys eat it up. You guys eat it up. I think that was staged. And the reason why I think it was staged is because, of course, Natalie and Camila had their long-term beef. That was back then during the BGC eras, before BGC was like canceled. So obviously that's the story here. Like, Camila's finally coming back to the Baddies BGC world, right? The OG bad girl. And now we have two OG bad girls that had beef. Let's have them settle it out and fight it out. And honestly, I really do feel like that fight was so staged.
I feel like when you say stage, I feel like you're onto it, but meaning that Natalie knew she was going to be friends with Camila the entire time, but Camila didn't really know what to expect, and Natalie wasn't going to tell her, but she was going to like fight just for the show.
The real reaction.
Exactly. Because you, even during the, like, when they were like fighting, Camila was confused.
She was so confused because she walked up like, hi, and then all of a sudden, fuck, don't do, how fuck you do. Like, you know, then it turned into that, and I was just like, all right.
And it's crazy because even like during the whole thing, you can tell, like, if you look at her face, this is my interpretation, but if you look at her face, it's like, you could tell she's like confused. Then she realizes what Natalie's doing, and then she's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go with it. It was kind of like that, like, okay, bitch, I guess. Like, you know,
like, you a messy bitch, but I guess.
Right, for TV, the TV's on. So it was, it just, like, you could tell the progression if you really look at Camila's face throughout that whole interaction, how it changes throughout it. But what I didn't like, and a lot of people didn't like, is that when Camila tried to get her lick back, in that fight, that security was extra protective over Natalie.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of favoritism.
I mean, it is her show. They're going to be protective over her. What do you mean? That's literally why they are. And I don't know if that's something that's said or if that's something that's just unspoken and they do that.
I don't know. I think it's unfair though, because you didn't have that same energy. The thing is like, okay, it's her show, but you put yourself in the show as talent. So to differentiate, at what point does the producer end and the talent begin? And then how is it that the producer wasn't ambushing Camila? It was the talent version of Natalie ambushing Camila. So there was no security there to protect Camila. But then as soon as Camila tries to get her lick back, all of a sudden there's a swarm of fucking security guard. And it's like, that's not fair. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, it's your show, but you ambushed her.
Like I said, this was all fabricated. This was all staged. This was all, no, seriously, like, this was something that I'm sure was spoken about before. Natalie, you never know, probably said something to the security, like, okay, this is what's going to happen. I need you guys to be there. Because again, it's staged. Like, it's not real.
And it was so funny to see Sky really mess that shit up.
I know. She was like, I messed up the run up. Shit. That shit was mad funny. Right.
That was funny.
Sky is so cute on this season. I feel like she's glowing.
She is.
Yeah, Sky from Black Ink, by the way.
Right.
But yes,
she's funny.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Saya, I don't even know why Saya decided to join, because she did eventually drop out at some point. Honestly, what it looks like to me is that Saya didn't really know what she fully signed up for. And then when she saw everything happening, and it was just like, oh, these girls is crazy. Like, it's the baddies.
Speaking of Saya, I really do like her. I really do like the lesbian that she is representing, because I feel like a lot of the times, especially in this type of environment, they look at women that dress like, you know, more masculine as, oh, they want to be like men, they want to get treated like men, and they are, you know, feel like men, and that's not true at all. And I feel like Saya is a great representation of that, because that's me right there. Like, yeah, I may dress a little more masculine, but I'm still a lady.
Yo, you're ugly.
That shit was funny though, and I really respect that because, like, at the end of the day, like, Saya look hella rough, hella like she's hella masculine, but she's still like she says openly, like, nah, I'm not this.
Like, I'm masculine presenting,
right? But she's still
a woman.
Yeah, and I love that. I feel like it's great. It's a great platform to be you, Saya. Be you. I fuck with you.
I fuck with her too.
Yeah, I fuck with you, Saya.
I fuck with her. I just feel like she didn't really fully know what she signed up for. But I fuck with Saya.
Yeah, she cool.
I feel like there's so many like women on this season that I'm losing count. Then there's T's loud ass. Like, she is just like, okay, some of the shit funny. I'm not gonna lie, some of the shit that she be saying is so funny, but the voice be killing me sometimes. Like, I need to get used to it.
You do.
Because when you look at her, you don't expect that voice to come out.
Yeah.
You don't expect that. Y'all be fighting for real.
Yo.
Y'all be fighting for real. Like, you don't expect that. So
no, the worst was when they was fighting Scotty and Anna. She's like,
I'm like, yo, she was yelling so loud. I was like, why the fuck is she yelling so hard in the background?
Just like, why? Shit funny, but her face was jokes.
Yo, when they saw the rooms, her face was so funny. She was not fucking with them. And that's me. I'm not gonna pretend. Y'all know what the fuck y'all did. Where's the budget?
Yo,
where's the budget for the house? Or was it too last minute to get a house for 15 girls? Like, I mean, what happened?
That's a lot of girls.
And they were in DC at the time. Yeah. And you already know, in DC, there's not much. You know what I mean? Especially when you have that much girls, so you need a big ass house. So that was the best it was gonna get.
Yo, but that was funny seeing T's face.
Yo,
like, she was quiet with it. Yo, she was just like not. Not with it.
She was not with it. That was so funny. Mm-hmm. But going on to obviously the next thing that happened in episode 3, which is the most important one, was the Wo Vicky and Krishan encounter, aka plus Tasiki. And, I think it's interesting that now after that episode, everyone wants to be on Tasiki's dick and say, oh, she a real one and all this stuff. I love you.
Talk your
you
shit.
Should have been famous. You should have been the famous sister, all this shit. But when I was talking to people about Tasiki, right? Y'all all looked at me like I was crazy.
Before the show.
Before the show, bitch. Okay? Cause I love Tasiki and y'all was all looking at me like, oh, you a Blueface fan, huh? Oh, you a Krishan hater, huh? Like all this stuff. And I'm like, no, but what really shows you that she's jealous of her sister? Y'all just talking out your ass. Every time when she used to go live, you would always see these comments like, oh, you're jealous of your sister. You hate Krishan, all this stuff. Now, when you look at her lives, all of a sudden it's, I love you. You're so nice. I'm glad you weren't a bully. Oh my God. And I'm just like, y'all are some dick eaters for real. Some fake ass dick eaters. You see how quickly people just change their minds? Mm-hmm. Y'all didn't know nothing. Y'all didn't know nothing, but y'all just were so stuck on that. The fact that, oh, Tasiki's jealous of her sister and this, that, and the third.
I can vouch for you and say, because this is before anything, before the show started, before we went to go see Baltimore.
Before anything, bro.
She was like, there's something about her energy that just really shows. Like, I feel like I like Tasiki and I don't know why. And I don't know why. And then she's like, nothing shows that she's jealous. I can tell by just the things that she said and by Crazy in Love that there's no reason to see that, that she's jealous. And right. She just seems, what you said was she seems like a sister that is just tired of protecting her little sister or
tired of enabling the fucked up behavior and tired of making excuses for her little sister that does a lot of inconsiderate shit.
Right.
That was the energy that I've always felt from Tasiki.
And it's crazy now because obviously I was just kind of like, I was indifferent. I didn't have any opinion, but I was just kind of like, you really, really are riding for this girl you don't even know. And sure enough, I get to see her on Baddies East and I'm like, I like her.
Right. But then you see those characters unfold. Like there was even a point where she did go live crying about the whole situation that like, I would have never done this to my sister. And not for nothing, I am not in that extent of trauma, but I do know what it's like to have generational trauma and just like family trauma and stuff like that. And like listening to her really felt familiar. And, you know, I really, like I said to you before, she seems like she's just tired of dealing with the excuses and enabling the behavior. And again, they have mad kids. She's like, what, the eighth one? So who's to say that she's the only one trying to talk sense into people and all the other siblings are like, oh no, Krishan's just a baby, Krishan's just a baby. That gets tiring after a while.
Yeah.
And that's the energy I felt. Not necessarily that she's jealous of her sister. I mean, she's been doing music for years.
Yeah.
Before Krishan even became like famous with Baddies and Blueface. So I just never got that vibe. I never, even how she acted, even the things that she said, I never got the vibe that she was jealous. The vibe that I got was that she was just tired of enabling the inconsiderate, fucked up behavior.
And it's crazy because when you watch the show, you see really who seems like the jealous person is Krishan, because when they were in the first episode, they're showing the whole intro thing. And, you know, Krishan...
Broly had made a comment about how, like, you know, I don't care if me and my sister beefing, but I'm not letting nobody fight my sister. And Krishan was very quick to say, y'all love y'all sister different, huh? I don't know what kind of trauma or bruises or anything that's there or what they go through, but even if I'm beefing with my sister, I'm never going to say something like that.
Yeah.
And that's just very telling of how you see your sister. Like, why would you say that?
Yeah. And you could just tell, like, even the fact that she didn't want to give her sister the ticket.
But then was like, I'm going to give her the ticket. But then told Natalie this whole thing about how, like, no, I don't want her on the show because she's trying to get clout off of me. She does music and all this stuff. And it was like, what?
She didn't want her sister on the show because she didn't want her sister to take any she didn't want her sister to blow up. Thought that her sister had did her wrong on Crazy in Love, another show that I executive produced, and she was adamant about the fact that her sister pushed the other sister into her to fight her while she was pregnant. So, but then you're gonna come onto the show, Baddies, pregnant as start throwing shit at me, and then you think it's cool, and I'm gonna pick something up and throw it back at you. Why would I do that? First and foremost, why would I do that? Number one. Number two, you and your sister came into the living room, into that scene, wanting to both of y'all wanted to me. Because Krishan, you had put all this shit into your sister's ear and told your sister a bunch of bullshit and started a whole bunch of stuff and tried to insert me into your family drama. I told you multiple times when we were in DC the time before that for the auditions, I really don't want to get involved, Krishan, but you know, you're the executive producer of Crazy in Love. She tried to f*** me while I was pregnant in the kitchen on my show. You need to stand up for me. F*** that bitch. You want to bring her onto the show and blow her up and make her popular, make her poppin' because she does music and she sings. I was like, okay. So,
what is wrong with this dynamic?
And it's crazy because there was a drama that happened where Blueface, like after the whole bullying thing.
Right.
So the episode where Tasiki didn't want to bully Vicky.
Right. She said that there was no sense in fighting her because Vicky looked terrified. You
was
literally
crying.
saw it in her face. Like,
crying.
I felt that shit through the screen. I was like, damn, like, I have some type of, I don't know. Why you showing them that you that scared? Like, I was like, damn, have some decorum. Like, what is this? But she was like terrified. And Tasiki obviously saw that and was like, what's the point?
And she knows she could fight. She knows she can mess her up. And
what's the point?
Right.
So, you know, she's just basically talking to Krishan like, yo, they're sorry. Like, chill out. And of course, Krishan don't care. She not with none of that. She on go. And yeah, so, after that, Blueface had come out with that tweet.
And he said, Tasiki's a real one. And here's what I took from Krishan's response. She said, Lil Baby's a real one. And I thought that was weird because it's not like Blueface said Jaden's a real one. He said your older sister's a real one. And Krishan's response was Lil Baby's a real one. My thing is, I think it really does reflect how she feels about her sister because she didn't choose Clarissa, the mom, or like you're talking about family.
Right. Like you're not in competition with your sister, but it sounded like that statement sounded like you were in competition with her, as if she's another random woman. Like that's your sister.
Thank you.
You know? So it's just, that's why the comment was weird, even to say that. And, you know, obviously she said that to invoke some type of reaction from Blueface.
But it just says, again, it just says a lot about how you see your sister, in my opinion. And
like, why are you talking about her as if she's competition or something?
Right, like she's another bitch.
Yeah,
that's your sister.
Your sister, bro. It's weird.
I mean, the only reason why I'm coming from that perspective is because I have a sister, and I feel like if somebody said that about my sister, the first thing I wouldn't think about is using another person to make you jealous. Like, it's weird. It's like, to me, I can't relate, and I can't think.
Like, did you get jealous because he said that?
That's what it comes off as. That's what and you're trying to make him jealous back.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, what is wrong with this picture?
So really what it's sounding like is that Krishan's jealous of her sister and not the other way around, the way she's trying to push the narrative. And you can see that, you know, I don't know, it seems like there's a little bit of a downfall towards Krishan. Her true colors are really showing, and I know you've been seeing them.
Yeah, I've been seeing it.
You've been called it, but I feel like, you know how the mass people, you know, they're gonna see what they see, and I feel like they're starting to really, really see Krishan for who she really is and what she's capable of. And a lot of people don't fuck with that whole jumping your sister thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, that was so fucked.
We haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet, and I'm wondering if they are going to show it. But when we did see clips before the airing of the show, I was like, this is fucked up. And she just standing there like...
And you know Krishan is in the wrong when she desperately wants to say after that, you know, to save face, because she realized she was getting a lot of backlash from the whole situation that Tasiki had
essayed her when
and
she was younger.
And I'm not saying that that's not a thing. What I'm saying is, why are you choosing to say that now?
Right. The timing is weird.
It just sounds like you want to get heat taken off of you, so you're willing to do whatever. And it's like, when you really look at Krishan's actions, you stole what's his name, her brother's song?
Mookie.
You stole Mookie's song and didn't give him credit, which you made him feel some type of way about.
Right.
You constantly like you played Taseki all throughout the show. It just sounds like you're just not a nice person. Yeah. And you're so quick to play victim.
And that's what they're tired of. Because every time when Krishan does something, even on the first season of Crazy in Love with Mookie before he got arrested, it was always, oh, she the baby. So that already, even though I don't know the dynamic, it just seems like there's a lot of justifying and enabling. Yeah. But there's also a lot of like trauma there.
Right.
On everyone's end because of the parents, and it's fucked up. It's just a fucked up situation.
But take away the family, even Natalie's over the shit. Even Natalie's over the playing
Natalie's
victim.
Been over it. I feel like she's been over it. But now she's just like really like, all right, well, relax. Like doing this while pregnant and all this stuff, like relax, you know?
Natalie's tired of her bullshit.
Yeah, and Natalie's over it.
And she goes on live talking about
the whole experience and the whole thing with Tasiki and the sister with Vicky and everything. And she's just like, bitch, I like stuff all the time. Like, if people wasn't liking stuff about you, you would have nothing else going for yourself.
And I agree with that 100%.
Right.
Like, I'm here for that. Like, but one thing that Natalie says is that, so here's she made a good point. Natalie's tired of Krishan saying, oh, you're clout chasing off of me, when she's been on TV for 15 fucking years.
Right.
She makes a good point and says that if that were true, Crazy in Love would bring in the same numbers or more than Baddies, but it doesn't. She said it doesn't even make a quarter of it.
Yeah.
Which is telling, because Krishan has such a big ego, and that she thinks that everybody who's around her just wants to go off. It's so funny because she says she, like, everybody wants clout off of her, yet she wants to use the clout to bully other people. Oh, you're just supposed to protect me because, you know, I'm Krishan Rock. Like, if I say go fight for me, go fight for me.
Yeah. And that was something that she had said too in the season 2 of Crazy in Love, when she was talking to I think it was Yaya. But she was basically saying how, like, you know, I got girls lined up. Like, whatever I say, they're gonna do whatever I say, something along those lines. And it was just very telling to like, is that what you thought of your sister? Is that what you thought was gonna happen? Like, yo, go slap that bitch.
Right.
And even she was like, slap that bitch.
Yeah.
The fuck? Like, she really thought that her sister, the only sole purpose of her sister being there is to fucking
fight for her.
Yeah, fight for her, slap bitches for her, regardless of what the fucking reason is. And yeah, I don't think that was like, you didn't need to fight with Vicky just because she liked some shit.
And it's crazy because like she came out with a music video the same day as Jaden's birthday. And there's rumors that she purposely, what we saw, that she purposely scheduled Junior's surgery on Jaden's birthday so that she can try to get Blueface to be there and do this whole jealous, toxic shit. But they both came out with a music video, and Jaden's music video hit past 1 million, and Krishan only got like 300,000. Which, again, is reflective off of all the shit that she's doing right now. It's like, you know, you were really up there. You really have a big following, and you let ego and all this fame kind of get to you and make you this ugly person. And not to say that you weren't always ugly, because not for nothing, you've always been toxic, but you burn a lot of bridges doing that. And right. I feel like it's showing.
Yeah.
Especially like, why would you throw shit at Natalie knowing you're pregnant and knowing that you have a contract and knowing that on TV they would never fucking throw anything back at a pregnant woman.
Right. And then the same thing with Vicky. And I feel like I am conflicted with Will Vicky because, yeah, although I do feel like Krishan really did not need to fight Will Vicky over some shit like that. On the other hand, I do understand Rolly's point of it too, where you knew what you signed up for when you came on this shit. And this is exactly something we talked about on episode 4. And not for nothing, you did say that Will Vicky is a troll. And that's something that she's so used to hiding behind Twitter, hiding behind a computer or whatever fucking device to be a troll.
And she's still doing it. When Blueface said Taseki's a real one, she retweeted it.
Like, why? Just stop. I thought you wasn't about this life. Stop inserting yourself in drama. You know the blogs are gonna pick it up. At this point, you know, and you knew wholeheartedly the blogs would pick it up.
I was gonna say, you gonna say that was a mistake too?
Exactly.
You accidentally retweeted
like you cannot accidentally retweet some shit.
And this is why I stand by my stance. I don't feel bad for Will Vicky.
Right.
I really truly don't. It's just kind of like really uncomfortable to see someone look like that and then like put themselves in that environment.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you looking real scared. Like, have some type of balls right now. Like, I was like, damn, she looks so terrified.
You know what? Also, it gives me like, you thought, this is a little bit of a harsh take, but did you really think that you crying was going to save you from like people who really are about that life? This goes back to the same thing again. Like, Stunna Girl could have cried about getting jumped, right? But she didn't.
And no one felt bad for her.
No one felt bad for her. Did you think that your tears were gonna make it all go away?
Right.
And that's the thing. That's why I really don't feel bad for Will Vicky.
I don't feel bad for her either.
It's just uncomfortable, and I do appreciate Rolly for calling her out on it.
Yeah, it's true though.
It was tough, and she was over it.
You could tell she was over it. Shit. She was over it. But maybe her bringing up her issue with her in that time when Vicky was expressing herself, it was terrible timing. But Rolly did not care. Sure. Rolly did not care. And another thing that I want to add too is that, you know, I don't feel bad for her because even after the show ended, she was on TikTok Live with her Nigerian friend, her Nigerian friend joked about unaliving Krishan's unborn child. Mm-hmm. Why are you you're behind a device now and you're laughing on TikTok Live about your fucking Nigerian friend making jokes about unaliving someone's kid? Like, come on, that's low. Like, even if I'm beefing with a bitch and I don't like you, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about
your kid, your family.
Like, that's too much. That's low. I'm gonna talk about you, my issues with you, not the kid. What the kid got to do with anything?
Kid ain't even born
yet at the time. Like, why are you on TikTok Live saying all these things and then laughing about it?
Yeah, 100%.
And then you want to cry on TV?
Yeah.
You want to cry?
That's that shit that, I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit either. And that's why I don't feel bad for her. Yeah, Krishan didn't need to fight her for that. But I also still don't feel bad for Will Vicky because I don't feel bad for none of y'all. don't feel bad for both. Like both parties in the situation, I just do not feel bad. Like,
you just feel bad for Tasiki.
Yeah.
Just
yeah. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what the rest of the show brings, because we do know on the next episode, I don't know if they're gonna show Tasiki getting jumped, but in the trailer they didn't show it, but they did show that, you know, she got her one-on-one with Krishan's friend, and that shit look crazy, and I'm excited to see it.
I believe it when they say that this season is gonna be wild, because it has only been 3 episodes,
and we've seen mad fights already.
Look how much we've talked.
Yes,
I didn't expect us to go this long.
Right.
There was so much to talk about.
There was like 2 fights in 1 episode,
and Scotty best said it, like, you know, they chose the people on the cast based off of the beef they already had before the season. So it's like, yeah, shit gonna get hot, and it definitely started off hot.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Rolly and Suki.
Yo,
I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that.
You know what I'm excited about? You know what I'm excited about?
What?
I'm excited to see we show up.
Oh, bitch. We are not going to be on camera. Yes, we did sign some talent release forms when we saw them in New York.
Hey,
but, bitch, I do not think... I don't want my face on camera, bitch.
0.1 second. That's all I need is a screenshot.
I don't need shit, bitch.
I'm in there, baby.
I don't need shit, bitch.
I was on Baddies East,
because
baby.
my face sometimes wasn't looking too right. I don't need you to capture me looking like crazy or mad or anything, because I already got a resting bitch face. So, listen, I don't give a fuck. I hope I don't. I hope not. I hope not. I know you want to see your face. You do. But yeah, I think Baddies East so far is great.
I love it.
I'm excited to see what the rest of the show brings. And yeah, I mean, do you have anything else to say about that?
No, man, I'm excited. It was again, I feel cool. I feel cool because I got to see things before everyone else. The whole other world is gonna see it.
Right. So we have like a little bit of inside scoop, I guess.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, for sure.
We do. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this episode. It's definitely lighter than our last couple of episodes, but I feel like we needed it. We needed a setback. You know, get to talk to the people. Right. Recap on our journey on this podcast.
Yes. So I know we did have one person call into the Petty Hotline. So for those that are listening and for those that are watching, the Petty Hotline is basically just where people DM us and send us voice notes of a crazy time in their life. And we will theme this. This was themed because this person was actually at the Baddies Baltimore event. But in the future, we do want to have more people sending voice notes about a crazy experience to the Petty Hotline. So if you do have a crazy experience that you'd like to share with us or want us to give advice on or feedback or whatever the case may be, simply DM the Petty Headquarters, your voice note on Instagram.
Yes.
So yes, that's all I have to say about that. And where can they find you, Jessie?
You can find me on Instagram, jessi.strange.
And you can find me on Instagram at randommania1. And you can find the Petty Headquarters on Spotify and Apple, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that good shit, okay? And you can find the visual episodes on YouTube at Petty Sim Productions. And if you wanted to check out TikTok, Petty Sim Productions.
Oh, and we also got an Instagram now, Petty Sim. That means
the Petty Headquarters. I already said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I already did.
Oh, okay.
If you guys didn't catch, yes, we're on Instagram now at the Petty Headquarters. So yeah, check us out. And if you guys do have a crazy story that you want to tune in or give to the Petty Hotline, DM us a voice note, and yeah, we'll play it here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And now
we'll distort your voice. So
yes.
you have anonymity.
Full anonymity.
Yeah, for sure. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. Jessie, did you have any announcements?
No, I'm thank you for tuning in. Comment, show some love, share this video to your friends. We appreciate it, really do. Or just hit the thumbs up button. It goes a long way.
And if you're listening on the podcast, Apple, Spotify, whatever the case is, leave a review. Feel free to leave a review, please. Rate, all that stuff. It's much appreciated. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm excited to go eat after this.
Yeah, so with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.